our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. I am sorry I'm so late this morning. I'm blaming it on the universe. We got, I guess, like 9 planets retrograde. Life is hard. I'm glad you guys still showed up. I appreciate you all. As everybody knows, this show is called School Through Spirit because it is where I talk about things of a spiritual nature. And I have guests on that have been affected by spirit in some manner. Now, this morning, I was supposed to have Mr. Scotty Rourke on, and life happens, and we had to reschedule him because life happens. So I might have to send some energy to him because he's got a horrible migraine, and he just needs some help. So anybody have some extra prayers and energy, please send it to his way. But I will tell you what, I've got Miss Lori Brew coming on today, and I love Lori. And we're going to make it a family show kind of thing. Takes the pressure off her, put some on me. But because I've got the grandkids this morning, because if anybody follows me on Facebook, you'll see a family member has been placed in a medically induced coma as of yesterday. And I'm not going to give any information on that. He's a young kid. He's in his 30s with a young family. And if anybody can send some energy and prayers there, that'd be amazing. But it has made it so that I'm doing the show with my grandbaby. So you're going to hear me scream like a banshee sometimes. And because it's going to happen pretty soon. Because they're affected by the energy. Just what it is. But they're going to come in because they love Lori. And I said, we're going to help Lori with this morning and me with this morning, make it a family show. But before I bring Lori in, because she is in the backstage, I'm going to talk for 10 minutes about my book. You guys know I love my book. Good morning. I want to take a moment because I hadn't even been looking. Hey, guys, chill out. We got, good morning, Miss Courtney, and Lee. Oh, my God, Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are, but good morning. Good morning, Deidre. Tim, good morning. Good morning. Oh, my God, everybody, thank you. And Steady Posifies, thank you so much. So let's pop the book open. Oh my God. This is another wordy one, guys. This is another wordy one. See? For people that have the book, we are on page 216. So let's read it and then, talk about it for a few minutes. It says, true law is natural law. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you very much. It says essential truth. Truth, like natural law, is observable. It is self-evident, therefore does not have to be explained to you. And any law that is not natural law is not observable. So it has to be explained to you, shown to you. Yours.
But can you keep it in?
Yes.
Don't let us get it.
Perfect. Love you, honey. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this is not okay. I apologize. You need to be told why it is for your own good. I am working. Give me 5 minutes. No. 5 minutes.
My puzzle's not good.
Well, that's because you left it out.
I want sissies.
How about we go get you your own later? Okay. Love you.
I had 2, but now I have 1.
Do you understand? Go watch the TV.
I had 2,
Go watch the TV. Thank you.
I
says,
want that one.
Go away.
I want that one.
Go away. Go watch TV.
I want one.
Go watch TV. Go watch TV. Go find your hammer.
What?
Go find your hammer.
What?
You're in so much trouble.
My hammer's outside.
Okay. Sorry, guys. It says any law that is not natural law is not observable. So it has to be explained to you, shown to you. You need to be told why it is for your own good. Kind of what I'm going through here. This is not an easy task because it is things for your own good. It is self-evident. Only that which is not self-evident has to be explained to you. For example, scientists aren't very talkative. They conduct an experiment and simply show you why they've done what they. Sorry, they simply show you what they've done. The results speak for themselves. So verbosity is not necessary. Hold on. I've had it. Get out in the living room now, Adeline. Dawson, come here. I'll put these on. Addie, get to the living room now. Thank you. Now go to the living room, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Addie's
Go to the living room.
Okay.
Thank you. Yet I tell you this, truth and God are found in the same place, in the silence. When you have found God and when you have found truth, it is not necessary to talk about it. It is self-evident. True law is natural law, inexplicable and not needed to be explained or taught. It is observable. True law is that law is by which the people freely agree to be governed because they are governed by it naturally. The agreement is therefore not as much as an agreement as it is a mutual recognition of what is. So those laws don't have to be enforced. They are already enforced by the simple expedient of undeniable consequences. For example, highly evolved beings do not hit themselves on the head with a hammer because it hurts, nor do they hit another for the same reason. They have noticed that with this behavior, sooner or later, you're going to get hurt. The result is observable. But when primitive beings observe the same thing, they simply don't care about the consequences. A primitive race is one where strength is all they understand. Evolved beings are not willing to play this game, whereas primitive beings play nothing else. It is therefore observable that there is no true law on our planet. And I'm going to tell you, I agree with this. I know it's kind of blotchy, and I apologize, guys, because a lot of the interruptions there. But you know what? I'm going to agree with this. And it's, I think, in a lot of ways, so evident, because I think part of the awakening that we always talk about, those words that I hate to talk about, awakening, I hate that. I hate that term. I really do. And I think it's because I'm not totally awakened yet. And once I do, I'll have an understanding of it, and then I won't be so against the word anymore. But I do believe that's what a lot of this awakening is, because so many times people that are spiritual nature, and I am grouping a whole lot of people into this, and I know that. But we want to look at ourselves as spiritually evolved. We're awakening. We use these wonderful terms, but we really do keep it to a spiritual nature. Go have a cake pop and do not come back at me again. Thank you. Unless the house is burning down or you're bleeding. They just want candy now. I'm going to let them have it. Anyway, and they'll figure it out why they can't have it later. Or why they can have it, because who really cares? It's calories either way. So when you're looking at that terminology and you're looking at it on an awakening sense, what is awakening? It is exactly what was just written there. It's learning to evolve wholly. It's not just going, wait, let's not blow up the world. I mean, it's let's not blow up the world. Let's not hurt our neighbors. It's we can heal ourselves. We are able to communicate without words. It is all of it. That's what awakening is, guys. But so often we forget that part of natural law. Why? We're not taught natural law. We're not explained natural law. We explain it by don't go out in the woods by yourself in a bear den because you'll get eaten. But we don't look at it as, a natural thing. I love everybody's about that. Cake pops, I love it. Or Raisinets, Lori, I love it. But nobody really explains to you that, wait a second, it's not about respect. It's not about not hurting somebody else. It's about what you're going to feel. Okay, what's going to happen to you. Now, what awakening is in this natural law is we're always taught that when we die, we're going to have a life review. We're going to have a life review. And we always look at it like, oh, great, I had this life. And oh my gosh, I have this life review. I'm going to see my life all over again. No, that's not how it works. When you have a life review, you see how your actions, your words, your thoughts have affected other people. You get to understand their pain, their love, their everything. Just as you get to learn about yours. So I'm telling you, if you had to live every single day that Every time you said something or words that hurt yourself, you felt, and anytime you use words to hurt somebody else, you felt their pain too. How long would it be before you stopped using words that hurt people? That's what awakening is. That's what natural law is recognizing that you by yourself affect so many people. We always go on this adage that what we do, as long as it doesn't affect somebody else, what's it matter? Well, I'll tell you what, very recently I was shown, and I talked to Todd about it this morning, I was very shown that one person mixed with a group of other people, mixed with spirit, mixed with angels, mixed with everything to make a divine timing for something beautiful to happen. But it took a lot of members, and so many people wanted to place it down to myself and his spirit, and it wasn't. It took a tribe of people to do what we did. Okay, a tribe of people. And that meant, even though it looked like I was on my own in this, I wasn't. And I am talking about the moment that I was on the side of the road, guys, here a couple of weeks ago, that the videos that we've talked about on the show. It took a tribe. It took everybody. When you look at this experience, it took everybody there, and they had to have everybody there for the beauty of it to happen. And we had to have everybody involved up through the end. And it affected everybody. And people don't realize that even if you live as a hermit by yourself in the middle of nowhere, and you don't see anybody for 20 years, you're still affecting a group of people. Why? Because you were born. There are people that know you. There are people that loved you. And there are people that you walked away from. And even though you think you're not hurting them, you are. Now, does that mean that you don't go off and live by yourself? No. What it means is that you look at your family, you say, you know what, I got to be me. And you explain it to them. And maybe give coordinates where you're at and just say, you know what, if you want to show up once in a while, fine. If not, it's okay. But just know I'm safe. You put the people at ease around you before you go off and you do stupid stuff or go off and do your life. And everybody, we get that whole mentality. We're 18 and we don't have to worry about, this is my life. I can do whatever the hell I want. No, I mean, those words are true. But you're not evolved when you say those words. You're not evolved when you go on that pretense on your life. And until you realize that your life is affecting multiple people around you, we don't awaken. So I want you to go about this week thinking about those things. Think about those things that, you know what, if I say something to somebody, could I possibly be hurting them with my words? Or if I think it, could I be possibly hurting them with my intentions or my thoughts? Right down to children, or I just yelled at them because I had to think about that. I yelled at them because they were not fitting in my head how things should be working. Were they doing anything wrong? No, not really. Being a pain in the butt, but really not doing anything wrong. So sometimes we have to stop back and think about those things because trust me, guys, nobody's perfect. And very few have gotten to that awakening state. But I do think we all can get there when we look at things like this and we take that into our souls and we pay attention to it and we go on. Okay. Well, with that being said, hopefully you guys understood my very short talk. Again, I apologize for being late. It really is just life happened. And I really needed to talk to Todd for a few minutes. And I didn't even get onto the station till like 9:01 or 9:02. And with that being said, I needed to talk to Todd. And I put all of you off late. So I apologize for that. So I appreciate you guys for accepting that. But again, this morning is just another natural thing that I'm going, well, you know what, 15 minutes late, what's the big deal? Or 17 minutes late, what's the big deal? Well, I affected a lot of people that sit there to watch the show every morning. And a lot of people are going, oh my God, is she showing up today? Is she not showing up today? What's going on? Everything we do affects somebody in some way. So let's be mindful of how we do this. With that being said, we're going to take a couple minute break. And when we get back, I'll bring in Miss Lori. Have a great day. I'll see you in a few, big guys.
Are you looking for unbiased and uncensored paranormal and spiritual talk? At WLTK-DB.com, we offer several talk shows ranging from self-care to hauntings and everything in between. Find the shows and hosts on our website at WLTK-DB.com. You can watch them live or catch up on your latest favorites. While you're there, be sure to check out the store and pick up some of the latest station swag. Did you know we had a station blog or that you can host your own show? It's all online at WLTK-DB.com. Looking to advertise? Check out our competitive pricing and let's get you noticed. WLTK Talk Radio has something for everyone. So be sure to stop by and say hello at WLTK-DB.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. And I do have Lori in. I'm going to wait 1 second before. Hey, Raylan. Again, I didn't mute myself on my mic. I muted myself on the computer. All I did was move my mic and a message popped up on my screen that said I unplugged my mic, and I'm like, I didn't unplug my mic. It's right here. Turns out I unmuted myself up there on accident. But before I bring in Lori, I want to address a comment Lee wrote in there. What? We aren't perfect. And I'll tell you what, that is such a good comment, Lee. That is such an amazing comment to make. And it's really perfect for this conversation because honestly, I think we all rest on that laurel. And you're the one that wrote the comment, Lee. That's why. But I'll tell you what, I always think that in my head. I'll sit there and I say that all the time. I'm not perfect. But that's the issue, isn't it? Sometimes we use that as an excuse. You know what? Learn how to read lips. Nope, too seldom. Exactly. But a lot of times what we're doing is we're using that I'm not perfect, and that's our excuse not to do better. Because guys, it's easier to think I'm not perfect than it is to pre-think and say I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do something different today, and I'm going to work on that today. And that's the big thing. So I know from today on, I'm going to strive, because even in that break, I went out and apologized to my grandbabies. And I said, you know what, guys, you didn't deserve me yelling at you. You didn't deserve that, because I literally told them we're going to bring them in today. I literally told them that this was an open forum for them today. So naturally they were going to come in, even though I put, you have to wait until Nani says something. They didn't hear that part. They didn't remember that part. My gosh, they're young. So I know I'm going to try to do better every day, because I kind of like the idea of understanding things before I get to heaven. And then maybe this might be my last life. Probably not, but I sure can try. Okay, guys, with that being said, that's the last of my lecture. I see what happens when I don't give myself a full 30 minutes. I take it anyway. So before I even pull one card, you're already yelling at me. I'm sorry, Tim. But Tim, I'm going to be nicer later, because guess who's doing the card pull today? Miss Addie. Not me. Addie's going to do it at the end of the show because she asked, and I said yes. So with that being said, let's bring in Miss Lori. Give Lori 1 minute, guys. I'm like, they're already on their way in. Hi, Lori. How are you doing?
Hello.
Gorgeous.
I gotta say, before anything else, I thought it was really funny when you were reading the book about hitting yourself in the head with a hammer. If you're or not hitting yourself in the hammer, you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
If you're a highly evolved person, and you just got through telling Dawson just got through asking for his hammer.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. But
funny.
you were too busy getting aggravated with him. And you took, go find your hammer. And he's like, it's outside.
I do remember
And
that.
so then you read and you reference a hammer in that passage. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
See?
And I'm eating raisinets.
And that's okay, because that's what I recognized. Wait a second, I just did this to them, and that's not right. I'm like, but it was a great example to go, hey guys, this is what we do. We're natural human beings, but this is why we have to keep. Hello from Egypt. Oh my gosh, hello. You want to come say hi to Lori? Okay, come here, guys. Guys, the kids want to come before even Lori gets to say who she is. It doesn't mean you can be a jerk.
Hi, Addie.
Hi.
Hey,
You say
Oh,
hi,
I
Lori?
love your glasses, little girl. Hi, Dawson.
I got Lola.
I'm going to see you next month.
Yeah.
He says,
You're
just
coming to see me.
You see my
Awesome. That's cool. You better bring it with you. We might have rain.
That's a good idea. We have to.
Lola?
Because it might rain when we go to Florida.
And a cake pop.
And a cake pop. Okay, can you guys come back a little bit now?
Hey, listen.
Okay. Go eat your cake pops and watch TV right there.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Perfect. They're gonna be back in 10 minutes, guys. I have given them, guys, everybody, and I. Okay, well, go watch TV for me then. I gave them permission because of everything this morning, and I told Mom just to run up. I'm like, I got this. I said, it's Lori on the show. She's gonna love this. She's gonna say, "Yep, bring them in." All the kids, everybody loves the kids, so I've told the kids, come in
Babies.
you need as you need to. So they're gonna drive me batty throughout the show, but again, that's why. So Miss Lori, this show today is about you, and you already know this. A little bit of feedback on Lori, guys, because I did not say her this. Lori is a phenomenal psychic medium. I know this because she's also one of my students, and she's also certified under me, and she has her own private practice. But Lori doesn't like to highlight herself, and I want to highlight Lori. Okay, so thank you for saying yes just a few hours ago, because I didn't get
a heart attack.
But you know what? I honestly thought about that, and I went, because I've thought about asking you to be a guest before, and I've always heard your answer in my head, no. But I know if I need you, you'll always be there.
Yeah.
You know, and Spirit went, this is the only way we're going to get Lori on here. So,
I called Deidre. I'm like, why is DeEtte asking me to be on her show?
Because it's the only way Spirit will let you'll let Spirit let you on. So Lori, let's talk about you and how you got to this crazy journey of being a psychic medium.
Well, I got here because of you.
You can't blame me for that.
I will always,
Hello,
I'm
Patricia.
not going to say blame, because I will always thank you for that. Because as you know, I lost my husband.
Yeah.
And he was sending signs, and I was medium hopping. And then somebody said, oh, you can do this. So I started looking, and I found you on Lisa's. And I tell this story all the time to people to other when I'm doing events and stuff. I'll tell other vendors about it. And it's like when I emailed you saying, when are you doing another beginner's class? Because you had already started your class. You were 3 weeks in. I was just dipping my toe in. I was just looking for information. I was not looking to really do it.
Right.
And then you messaged me back and said, can I call you? Okay, whatever. Yeah. And then you're like, tell me your story. So I tell you my story, and you're like, well, my guide said you're ready. I'm sending you the homework, and you're going to start this Wednesday. I about died. I probably, I don't even know. I was just like, oh my God, I wasn't really looking to do this. But even in that point with you, even though I didn't know you, I could not tell you no. Mm-hmm. So that's how I got here. But looking back, I can remember as a kid waking up and seeing shadows in my room. Mm-hmm. I remember after my brother died, I heard his voice. It just never clicked. Right. Because who grows up thinking, okay, well, I'm going to be a psychic medium. Right. If you don't grow up, I guess, in the spiritual aspect of this, you don't really know what you're capable of. And you think things are just coincidence, intuition. It's just coincidence. It's just mother's intuition, not realizing. Yeah. And as you've told me, it took Mark dying to get me here.
And I always say that to people because they go, oh my God, well, why did he have to die? Well, he did. And that's not the case. It's sometimes we need something greater than ourselves to happen to bring us to the path that we were always on. But we're
Right.
always on the path. That path didn't just miraculously show up because your husband passed away. That path was always there.
It
You
just woke me up.
at that, yeah, and that's just it. It wakes you up. It says, wait a second, there's something bigger than me, or something bigger than I think is me, and to kind of get you there. And
Yeah.
I think it's amazing because I have personally watched your journey. I mean, I've watched a lot of journeys, you know what I mean? But your journey to me has been
A roller coaster.
but it's beautiful bliss. You know, it's been a
roller
beautiful
coaster.
bliss. It is a roller coaster, but to see a natural struggle of somebody verbally and outwardly going, I can't do this. And it may not be, I can't do this work. And maybe I can't do this right now. Or maybe having doubts that we all have. And then watching you blossom into who you are.
Yeah, because you know I'm the biggest doubter.
You are. You are. And guys,
It's not that I doubt spirit. I doubt me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. And people
But it's getting better.
yeah. Oh my God, you're a rock star. You're back on the road again.
I am.
She's
am.
back on the road, you know, and people don't realize the same thing that put you into this world. It almost took you back out of this world. The
Mhm.
passing of your father.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because he was after Mark. And
Yeah.
I stopped. After Dad passed, I couldn't do it, But I had a lot of guilt because the weekend before he got sick, I was doing a show, which he did not know. I was hiding who I am from him, so he knew nothing about it. And we were on our way home and close to his house, and my friend said, why don't we go see your dad? And I said, no, I can't explain to him why I'm dressed up and why I have my hair done. There's no explanation. And then the next, a couple of days later, I got the call that he was in the hospital, and then a month later he passed. So yeah, I have felt guilty about that, but I'm getting better. I know now he knows who I am and what I do, and he's supportive. But yeah, it took me 9 months to get back into it.
Took you a long time. And it's strange because that's the biggest thing is people don't realize sometimes when you're not being authentic to who you are, and it's to yourself.
Yeah.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but your dad's always known how special you were.
Yeah.
At some level. You might not know you were going out and talking to dead people, but he's all your life just know things. You know what I mean? Right. He just didn't realize you had a plaque.
Yeah, he would have thought if I had told him when he was alive what I was doing, he would have like, Lori Ann, you have lost your ever-loving mind.
Yeah.
So
right, told you go make some money.
He wouldn't have believed. Because he always told me, if Mom will send me signs, I'll be ready to go. And I'm like, Dad, she's sending you signs. Your bush is blooming. It never bloomed when she was alive. It's blooming.
I love that. Yeah, and that's the cool thing, is it? So how has this changed your life since this whole journey? I mean, this journey only started, 3-4 years ago?
2020.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yep. I believe it was April of 2020 when I took your first class.
Mm-hmm. I was barely teaching online at that time.
Yep. You scared the hell out of me. You still do at times.
No, we just have conversations now.
Like this morning, I'm like, oh God, why is DeEtte calling me?
Because you're my friend. And I will tell you guys, in my world, I have had a lot of students, and not that I don't love each of them, because I do, but very few become just your friends. Like they stick and you just click and you don't know why, but here you go, and you were one of those that just clicked,
You get rid of me.
It's probably why it clicked.
You're not getting rid of me. You talk to Mark.
You talk
to Mark better than I talk to Mark. Oh, sorry.
That's why he talks to me better than you, because he knows you're just going to yell at him, And he's up there laughing.
Yeah.
Caprice, I'm sorry, this isn't a show that I'm doing readings. That's Tuesday night, hon. On Unfiltered at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now that I got all that out, I love it. So, how are you incorporating this into like daily life?
Well, sometimes I use my intuition. I guess I should say I always use my intuition. Yeah, I'm doing the shows, the events. I just finished 2 weekends back to back. I do readings over Zoom. But that's difficult to say how I incorporate it into my daily life, because I think it's just my life now. It's not that I'm bringing it into my life. This is my life.
Right.
And I don't know how to explain it.
I think that's the best way to explain it.
It's every day you get up, you thank Spirit for waking you up, ask Him for guidance, and hope you're hearing the right thing and doing the right thing. And then when you mess up, it's like, okay, well, didn't listen. Listening for me is hard sometimes, as you well know. As my teacher, you know how hard it has been for me to listen to you at times.
Yeah. No, but I think that is probably in the 3 years I've been doing this, that is the most beautifully it's ever been explained. It's just life now.
It is.
And I know for myself, when I look back, I can't imagine my life without Spirit.
Right.
I can't imagine being quiet in my head. I can't imagine not being able to just think of a loved one or think of a guide and start talking and know they're going to be there. I can't imagine any of that. Not like I've had moments where I felt like I was cut off, and I'm panicking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, did I do something wrong? Why is
Well, I've called you before and said, I can't hear them. What's going on? What did I do?
Yeah. And what was life for you, if you remember it, before you brought that in?
Chaotic, uncertain, depressing. I was existing. And even since from 3 years ago, the times I've tried to run away from it, it's still there. Even though I cut, you off, everybody off, to where I think I don't have a connection and I can live a normal life, they're still there. I'm still connected. It's just finding my way back into the path. And you know how that goes. When you don't hear from me for a couple of weeks, okay, there she goes again.
And that's
getting better.
Yeah. People don't realize that, though. And to me, it's I'm going to say the word again, awakening. To me, that's like the first step of awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you start that, all of a sudden it is, to me, you start to see those things that happen. You start to see, wait a second, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, before it's like, oh, you don't give two shits. It's like, whatever.
Right. This is just life. It's like, I don't know, after, as hard as it can still be at times, it's still just so, I don't know how to explain it other than to say beautiful. It's a beautiful life now. It's hard when you think you've mastered what they want you to, and you're okay, I can stay on an even keel now. Nope, they're going to take you in another direction. And then you're like, here we go again.
Yeah.
But there's beauty in all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary as hell, but there's beauty in it. And I don't know how to explain it other than there's beauty.
Right.
That's just what's coming to mind right now. It's just, it's a beautiful place to be.
It's a calming place for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for me. And I don't know if that's the same with you. For me, it's calming. For me, it's
a lightness. Like, you just feel lighter. Like, I don't have to hide. I don't have to worry about what I'm doing. Because I'm definitely better now about not hiding who I am since Dad passed.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last one I was worried about. Anybody else that finds out, I don't care. When I was at Circle K one day, when I was working there, somebody had said something about it being haunted. I said, well, I talk to dead people every day. And I was just like, dang, that just came out of my mouth. And it was the first time that I had actually said that in a non-spiritual atmosphere. But it was like, well, they didn't question it. They didn't go, what are you talking about? So I know it went over their heads because they were guys. But it was just like, okay, well, I came out pretty easy. So I don't care if anybody finds out now. It is what it is. This is what I do. This is what I love. And this is what I'm meant to be.
And I think that is so, I love how you said that all of a sudden one day you're just, literally, isn't it freeing when that comes out and you go, did I just say that? Not Karen just said that. You know, it was like I laugh, and I'm going to use this example from a couple of weeks ago. Because I will never forget it when I was in the hospital with the whole thing from the side of the road from the investigation, and the nurse is looking at me going, "What were you doing when this happened?" And I went, "Ghost hunting," and she went, "Okay."
Should we call psych now?
Yeah, and I could just see her going, "Oh, I don't know which way to go with this." And I went, "I'm a medium. I was at an investigation." She went, "Okay."
Yeah.
You know, an hour later, she was like, "Do you see people around any of us?" I mean, so I was like, no, the world's spinning right now.
Right.
You know, but it was, to me, it was very freeing because there was, not only was that happening, but there was a friend that I've had from school days that knows who I am that went and validated. She goes, "No, you can look at her Facebook. You can look, this is her website. This is what she does."
Yeah.
We're able to look at my chart to see my primary physician. Actually, it's in there that I'm a medium, and she treats my body based on that because, you know, there's been a lot of lab work done. And then they were able to correlate her notes and my old labs to literally what was going on with me. And then he was able to look at me and go, "Let's talk about the investigation. Let's talk about your work within it. What happened? Because I've got to understand so I can treat you
Right.
for you and not for any Tom, Dick, or Harry that walked in here and say they had the same symptoms and they were alignment or same. Well, that's probably electrocution at that point, but you know, some other situation." So sometimes walking out and saying, "This is who I am," really makes it so that you can have better care of you. Because people, when you accept you, other people accept you, and then they treat you accordingly.
I think I'd be a little scared, though, to tell somebody in the emergency room that I was a medium. Just because I know they'd be on the phone to psych going, "Okay, we got a crazy down here." But, you know, it is what it is. But now I think, now that you just explained all that, I can go, "Okay, you can go look at my website. I'm not crazy."
Well, and that's just it. And hey, Ariel, but that's just it. And that's, I think, where I say spirit is divine, because I had just been into my primary the week prior, you know, for my yearly exam, whatever, and all my labs were done, and they could see where my potassium, my magnesium levels, all these things were. Because she's like, "Should we check them?" I'm like, "Yeah," because, you know, I've been working heavier. I've been feeling a little tired. I'm not sure. And sure enough, my potassium was low, but my magnesium had fallen off altogether. So I knew I needed where I was failing my body.
Right.
So we walked into the doctor's office 1 week later, or the hospital 1 week later, and both of those levels had completely dropped off. But yet, he goes, "How many megs of potassium have you taken before the investigation?" I was able to tell him, boom, boom, boom. There's no way I could have been that low if I took that amount.
Right.
So he had no choice but to go, "Wait a second, this is the truth. They've been this," you know what I mean? So for me, I got lucky, I think. You know, spirit divinely put everything in the path. But
yeah.
Then at the end of the day, I don't know how to shut my mouth. So I don't care what you think about me. I've been quoting The Sixth Sense for years. We're good.
Right.
I love this. So you've been back on the road. Let's get back to the conversation of you. You've been back on the road doing events. How's that felt? I mean, now that you're a person that was in this and then out of it and now back in it again and you're back in, and how has this started to affect your life this time around?
I mean, wow, that's a question. I look forward to it. You know, I don't want to say it's giving me purpose, but it's giving me purpose, if that makes sense. There's not enough shows to me. I could do a show every weekend and I'd be happy. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm actually on the lookout for more shows now, more vendors. So this weekend I got a couple leads on some more. So I'm just like, okay, let's load it up. I mean, I know, I just know that with what I'm doing, part of the purpose is for what my younger children are going to be doing, because I know they're headed on this path. So I know I've got to get me. In fact, I was telling Jillian yesterday, we need to talk to DeEtte about you taking a class with her.
I love it.
I mean, she's starting to get signs and just doesn't know how to recognize them. And I feel like I'm too close to teach her. She needs you.
Well, when she's ready.
Yeah.
And it's magical, and people don't, and please don't everybody believe that, because it's not necessary that people will take a class and become a psychic medium. So
Right.
people understand that. She's not just saying, here's my daughter, take her, blah, blah, blah. It's about, there's very few people that teach just using your abilities in day-to-day life. And everybody has abilities. There's not a soul that walks that don't have abilities.
And I gotta say, for Courtney, I go back and forth on that, on whether it's a gift or a curse. But I have to say 99% of the time, I think it's a gift. And I thank God for it. I thank my guides. I thank my spirits. Thank you for getting me on this path. Because right now, I could not imagine life without it. Couldn't. Could not imagine it.
And that's what I love. I love hearing that, I love hearing that, because to me, oh my God, if you cut me off at the ankles, I'm like,
yeah.
Even if I never did another reading, I still couldn't live without them. So how is that when you do readings? How does that feel for you?
Oh my God, I love it. Just because, and I have to go back to Mark. And especially after you read them. God.
Me and Mark,
Oh
special relationship, guys.
You guys would have been oh my God, you guys two would have drove me crazy if you'd known each other in real life. If we knew each other in real life, you two would have, oh my God, I just can't even imagine how crazy my life would have been with you two. But it was just like, when I was medium hopping before I knew what I know now, it just always brought me such peace and hope. And that's what I want to give back. That's what I want other people to feel, that death is not death. Death is a new life. They're just not here physically. I talk to Mark now more than I did when he was alive, probably.
Yeah.
Honestly, we want to be honest. Life got in the way. Well, now life doesn't get in the way because this is my life. So now I can just talk to him anytime, or call you and say, hey, I need to talk to Mark.
Yeah.
But
then I'm just a confirmation of what has already been in your head.
Right.
People don't realize.
That's what, for me, this is all about, is just letting people realize that death does not mean you're dead. It just means you're not here physically. It's a whole nother life that's better than what we have here. And that's what I want to bring people, is that hope, and that take away the despair that just because they're not here doesn't mean they're not here.
Weekend, I was able to take that a little bit further, and I never thought about this concept. I never thought about it before, because it came from a loved one, because I was doing this reading, and so badly his loved one wanted to be with him, so badly, and it was a mother and a son. It's on the other side, and the mother's here, and he literally went to her. He goes, Mom, don't you realize if you came here, you want to get to me, but do you realize that I wouldn't be your son anymore? And she went, oh, and I went, oh, the hell was that? And then I went, you need to explain. And then he went on to explain to her. He's like, because here, yeah, I will be there when you come through. When you pass, I will be there. I will love you. But we go back to being souls.
Right.
All playing a role when we're here. And here I was your son. But up here, we're best friends. Up here, I'm no longer your son. You're no longer my mom. It's a different thing. And the next time we'll come back through. And the next lifetime, I might be your husband, or I might be your enemy, or I might be somebody else. And she just went, wow. And
Yeah.
he said, the beauty we had while we were here, we could only have one time.
Yeah.
And it changes. And I went, wow, such wisdom. I came from a soul. And I was like, I need to write that down. I need, you know what I mean? Because his
Yeah.
words were mind blowing to me. And to me, I was like, now that is something we need to teach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here comes in the kids.
It's been over 10 minutes.
They're doing good.
They are. They're doing very good.
Are we hearing him from this?
We're talking through this. You know what this is?
Mm-hmm.
It stops hopefully some vibration, or we'll have to ask Todd exactly what that does.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Addie. Hi, Dawson.
This.
Okay, don't touch. Don't touch. Okay, we can do a lot of things, but we cannot touch.
What's this?
It's a microphone.
Who's this, Lori?
That's the microphone's umbrella.
That's so we can hear you,
Hi,
Dawson.
Lori. That's
Hi, Addie.
So
on my lap.
since they're on my lap, let's talk about children. You already brought them up. You know your
Dawson.
children. Okay, enough. No screaming. So,
No, I want that.
you know, how is it affecting? How did it affect your children?
Daddy, no.
No argument.
It's not
My younger ones, so Mark and I have 3 together.
on
Yeah, and before Mark passed, I had told him, send me signs. And he was sending signs within hours. And they are, once I got into this,
Right.
they were extremely accepting of it. Did not think it was weird. Have not questioned it. They have their pendulums. They talk to their dad with their pendulums.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have their grief. They have their moments, you know, as I still do.
Right.
But I think with me getting on this path, it has helped them somewhat because they're able to realize, yes, Daddy's not here, but he's here. I mean, you know, if the lights are flickering, Dave will come in. Can you ask Daddy to stop? It's bothering me. I mean,
Stop.
in no way does it take away their pain, but it helps their pain.
Right.
You know, it has helped. I would say we would all 4 be in a really bad spot if I was not on this path. Because the loss was so devastating. But they're dealing with it a lot better than I had ever expected. And I attribute a lot of that to Spirit, you know. You know, Spirit has been there to help us, and like I said, you know, they've got their pendulums, they've got, Jillian has cards, and they all love the crystals. You know, this path has helped them.
I like that. And I like how you say that, you know, about this path, because I wish more people were like you with allowing your children to come into this. You know,
I will not hide this from my kids. I
Right.
don't hide much from them. But yeah, I couldn't do this and hide it from them.
Yeah.
It's just it's helped me too much, and I wanted to help them. And now, knowing what I know, I can see where they have abilities that I would not have recognized before I started on this journey. So I'm like, I was telling Jillian a couple weeks ago, I said, you know, you're lucky we're finding out about you at 13 instead of 58. You know, because you'll be able to use this through your lifetime, whether this is a path you choose professionally or just whatever, you are aware of it.
right. And that's huge. I mean, right there, that is huge.
Well, and that's just like with Addie, you know,
Yeah.
she's going to grow up knowing this, accepting it, and it will help her in however she chooses to use it.
And that's exactly it, because her and you know, her mom and dad, we talked about it, and we've all actually said, and they are very firm in this, and I support them 110%. You don't know if your grandkids or your kids are going to grow up to be lawyers or doctors or mediums or what they're going to be, because they are exposed to a lot of things. Just in one house, they're exposed to mediumship and my business. They're exposed to mom and her cosmetology and her business, dad's construction and his business. And the only thing that is a constant in all that is the fact that there's 3 business owners.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what we all do is vastly different. No, you may not. No, it's not my Play-Doh to give you. It's not mine. It's this.
Hey, Dawson, when I see you next month, I'll get you some Play-Doh, okay?
Did you hear that? I'm going to bring you Play-Doh.
We went in. You to go to the store.
What do you say?
You need to go store.
I will go to the store.
The green one.
The green one? Okay.
He wants green Play-Doh, huh?
All right. I will get you some green Play-Doh.
There you go.
And you can leave your car.
Yeah, but you'll be in her car. We're going to see her in Florida. Me and Dawson are going to Florida, guys, in a couple of weeks. It's Dawson's turn. Eddie's gone to Mexico and Florida twice, and he's finally old enough, maybe. But I'm going on the journey with him. And
we'll see how gray you are when it's over with.
That's okay. He's normally chill out. He's normally calmer when it's just me and him. Dawson, don't bite me.
I bite you.
Don't bite me. But that is so true. Oh, I love that. That's okay. I love Florida. I love the heat. So we're okay, Ariel. I love it.
DeEtte, the heat index has been like in the 115.
I'll take it.
You walk outside and it like hits you in the face and takes your breath away.
But I like that.
We'll see how much you like it when you're done.
You know what? Every time I had a chance to go to Texas, there was always in the middle of a heat wave, and I would love it. I'd be like, let's go outside, let's do this. And my sister would be like, oh my God, you're killing me. I'm like, but to go back to what you said about literally, I see your puppy, baby.
We'll actually see it.
Lori sees your puppy too.
I see your puppy, Dawson. Wow, Addie.
She just wants attention.
Yeah, I know.
People don't realize that. Again, you know
Daddy,
what? Being a psychic medium,
You kissed it.
stop, isn't about, making your kids that.
You kissed it.
Right, no.
It's
Yes.
about saying, expose them to, these are your, stop it, babies. I don't want anything broke. And allowing them to make the choice what they want to still do with their life, but to say, hey, you have somebody other than me that's helping to guide you, to help keep
Right.
you safe, to help make these decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so big, isn't it?
It is. It's huge.
It makes it so you're not by yourself anymore.
I mean, because even before, well, I may not have known they were there, but I darn sure didn't listen half the time, I'm sure. Probably 3/4 of the time.
We're really not listening, are we?
No, because we don't know, Ignorance is bliss.
Sorry.
I wish I would have known 40 years ago what I know now.
Right. No, and I get that, because I'm like, gosh, I look back on my life, and I'm sure you can do the same thing, where, I was in that 12-year relationship that was just nothing but abuse, physically, mentally, emotionally. He cheated on me. He had kids while we were together with others.
Me too.
Yeah, and I can remember seeing him cheating on me in my head before he even
me too.
Person.
He used to be so floored because he'd go, how'd you know?
Yeah.
I just knew.
I just knew. And I think because I didn't know I had these abilities,
Right.
that even though it's all happened, you can see it and down to details. Oh my God, you can give the person the name that they're going to meet later on, whatever it is. But it almost makes it harder to walk away from these negative situations because I must be going crazy.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I know for myself, when I look back over my life, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, I always seen things before. I always, I could tell you how my whole life was going to be beforehand. As a child, I remember seeing myself as an adult, and I'm not doing anything different than what I seen.
Yeah.
Boy, I wasted 40 some years getting there.
You know, that's why I was like, they could have made it easier for me and let me figure it out earlier than they did. But, I just think at this point, well, I found out when I was meant to find out. Whatever reason. I don't know. I always say when I get up there, I'm kicking my own self in the ass.
Well, I wanna address an event that happened in your life a few years ago. Huh?
I said, uh-oh.
Well, I don't even know if it was a few years ago. I can't remember. It's been well over a year. You were doing your job and you'd gone in to pick up an order, and Mark was standing there. I think Mark was standing there.
Yes, Mark and my guide.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to, I laugh, and I'm going to let you tell the story, and then I'll bring up my comment. So you tell the story to everybody about this.
Okay, so I was door dashing. I was going into a restaurant to pick up an order. And I'm walking in, just looking out the floor, and I look up, and there's my dead husband and my guide standing against the wall, just looking at me. And I'm just like, don't lose your composure. Whatever you do, nobody can know what you're seeing because they're not seeing it. You just have to keep your together. So I go up to the counter and I give them the name, and they're like, oh, it's not ready. Going to be 5 more minutes. And so I look back over, they're still there. And I'm just like, and it's making my heart race even now thinking about it.
Right.
But I'm just like, why are you guys here? In my head, I'm going, why are you here? And everybody's both looking at me, grinning. And I'm just like, crap, Jillian's in the car. I wish she was in here so she could see this. I get my order. They're still standing there. I'm like, I gotta go, guys. Bye. Go back out. I get in the car and I'm like, Jillian, Daddy was in the restaurant. I just saw Daddy leaning against the wall. I still to this day don't know why, other than maybe just to make me see them and to let me know that they were watching out for me. But it was like, it hasn't happened like that since. I've seen a few times, but nothing that freaked me out to that extent. But it was so hard to keep my composure and not let everybody in the restaurant know I'm sitting here seeing two, one dead person and one guide that nobody else can see. And I don't know why I'm seeing them. So I'm just going to have to act. I hope I acted normal. I'm assuming I did. Yeah, it was crazy time. It was crazy.
And I think to me, I just I smile because I've had one of those experiences, but it was way before I was where I thought I was gifted, because I literally was pregnant with my son. He was going to be delivered in 3 weeks. Not even 3 weeks. But it was the day of my grandfather's funeral. And I can remember walking my big old belly to the bathroom to get ready. And I looked over and there was my grandfather standing in my mom's room. Just standing there. And he's looking back at me. And I'll never forget how vivid that was. And ever since, because it's like, I know I was able to see, and there is abilities where people can physically see them outside of ourselves, but it's such a weird. And I've asked my sister, when do I get to do this? When do I get to? She's like, when you're ready. You're not ready yet. You're afraid. You're not ready. And it's mind blowing because I look at you and I go, it's so cool, because how often do you think they're really just standing around looking at you and you just don't know it?
Lee, I love that concept. I will remember that for next time.
Oh, that is so awesome.
I would have never thought of that. At the time you're so shocked, you just don't think other than I have to remain normal. I have to look normal.
Right. And I think it's awesome because now I'm seeing actually a TV show about a high school. It's a series where a high school girl dies. And every time
her spirits.
There it is. Yeah. Because her friend pulls out the phone and talks to her every time.
Yeah. Me and Jillian watched that.
I'm so mad because I was watching on Netflix and it went all the way up to the point where they just found out she actually isn't dead. She just her soul got popped out.
Well, you just ruined that for me.
Oh, sorry.
Hopefully Jillian's asleep and didn't hear that.
Okay. Well, you'll see.
We're behind.
Oh, well, I'm waiting because they don't have the rest on yet.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to have to watch that tonight then.
Now you got to binge watch.
I'm going to be binge watching tonight.
Okay. It's really cool though. So I just ruined the very ending. There's a whole lot to get up to that.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta turn on Netflix. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. Everybody's gonna be watching that. Like, what is that show now?
Oh, it is so good. It is so good.
It really is a good show. I binge watched it like a day and a half. It was awful. That's why I don't watch TV, guys, is because when I do find something, I binge it. and I got to do it right now. And my face is like this, not healthy. So we're done.
Wow.
No more. 2 babies. I got a bunch of stuff on the shelf that just, I was like, what's flying at me? What's flying at me? So, good morning, Bill. So, in that aspect that you were able to see them, have you been able to get yourself back to that moment? And obviously, the answer is going to be no, because of the fact that it was like, holy, how do you recreate that moment to be able to see? But do you think you could do that again?
I don't think it's something that you can create. It's something that just happens. I don't think you're going to see them unless they want you to see them.
Oh, I like that.
Or believe me, I mean, if I could make Mark materialize like that, he'd be right here next to me right now. Right. I mean, I know he's here. I can feel him, you know, and I can't necessarily hear his sarcastic remarks, but I can feel the energy of the sarcasm.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think that that's something that you can create.
Right.
I think they're going to show themselves when they want to be shown. I mean, that was like, did I ever tell you the story of the angel when I saw the angel?
No.
Yeah, this was a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it was either right before or right after I got certified. I was meditating and I saw like a ring with 4 people bust up, but it was all dark. They were dark silhouettes. So when I get done meditating, I'm thinking, I know they were angels, but they couldn't be angels because they were dark. It was dark silhouettes. Angels are light. Why are they dark? And so then I hear, ask and you shall receive. So I turn around like this, and up in the corner of my bedroom is this full, wings spread out, white angel. And I'm just like, okay, I got you. I understand. Won't question it again. And I turned back around and was like, holy crap, did I just see an angel? Yeah, so I don't think it's something you can create. That's something you can make happen. I think they show themselves either when you need it or when they want you to see them.
I love that. And I like how you said that. You know what I mean? Because when you said you've seen the dark figures, they can't be angels. To me, I'm like, of course they're angels. Because I grew up with...
But see, that's the mindset that has been ingrained. Anything dark is going to be evil, you know, which I'm learning is not necessarily true.
Yeah.
You know, so I've always associated angels with light and evil with dark. So that's why I was like, I know they were angels, but they couldn't have been angels.
And that's what I think is
wrong.
Because with my sister, you know, she was very religious, but she would, you know, fight. You know, she would get called in for prayer, and literally what she would say was go fight a demon, you know, and she'd do it with angels. And she'd go, and, you know, in her later years, people, after she had a house fire, sent her all these angel statues and everything else because of her belief. She's like, I didn't have to hard to tell them not one angel looks like any of this. She's like, if you've seen an angel, you'd be terrified. She goes, because they aren't these big, beautiful beings of light.
No, that's like just the perception that we've grown up with.
She's like, they're big. And she goes, think about being battle for like eons, how beat up they are. And she goes, these are some scary looking creatures. These are, and she goes, there's nothing golden. And I mean, I looked at her like, so they don't have wings? And she's like, no. I've not yet seen a feather or a wing, and that they are these big, like monstrous looking things, but they are angels because that's what they do. That's their job.
Right.
You know? So to me, you're like dark and I'm like, yeah, got it. I understand that. It's like, honey, guys, fairies, they're not all Tinkerbells.
Right. Exactly.
People want to put fairies in the Tinkerbell region, and some fairies are not exactly attractive.
I haven't got to see a fairy yet, but I'm on the lookout for them. I want to see a fairy.
I love fairies.
I'm manifesting that because I want to see one.
Yeah. Go clean up some garbage. They'll show up.
All I'd have to do is walk in the living room. I was gone all weekend.
Look at this Play-Doh's orange. I'm cute as I got the Play-Doh. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get comments on that one. I love it. I love it. You know, so I love the fact that you essentially just branded yourself lately. With look at her. Is that what you call that? Yeah. You know.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, I've got the logo thanks to you, which we need to fix a couple things on there.
Okay.
Just make the wording darker.
That's okay.
So yeah, I am working on that. I'm still trying to decide if I want to say Lori B, if I want to go full name, like you and Lisa want me to do. I'm still playing with that one.
Right.
Oh,
I love it. You're looking at full name, and I took me down to one name.
yeah. Lori's too common to take down to one name.
Right. And that's okay. I like
It's
that.
just everybody pronounces my last name wrong. So it's like, do I want to use the last name when I know it's going to be pronounced wrong?
Yeah,
Or do I just want to go to Lori B? I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
it's whatever you want.
It'll happen when spirit leads me to it.
Honestly,
Or when you and Lisa break my arm.
I'm actually liking Lori B right now. So it is what it is. But you got to be who you want to be. You know what I mean?
I'm still figuring that one out.
Well, isn't that,
Honestly, I'm 61 and I still don't know who the hell I am.
oh, I love hearing that. Guys, did you hear that? I think we're all in that same boat. I think we're all in that boat of who the hell am I
I
today?
think the day I figure it out will be the day that I die. And I think that's the way it's meant to be.
I like it. Courtney says, be who you want to be. Okay, so she's going to be Shakespeare. That's who she's going to be. She's going to be Shakespeare. You know, like that. Oh, Lori B said
Sounds
fast
like Lordy B.
That's not.
Is that good or badly?
She's gonna go around buzzingly. She's gonna go around going bzz, bzz, bzz. No. I love it. So what do you have? I mean, I know you're looking for events. Do you have more events that are coming up?
Let's see. I've got Deidre's show next week.
Yes. And guys, if you recognize Lori, it's because she does get out and do week or monthly readings with Deidre.
And then let's see, with Spirit Fest in September 16th and 17th, we'll be down in Punta Gorda, Florida. In October 15th and 14th and 15th, I'll be in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And November 4th and 5th, I might be in Largo. I don't know about that one yet.
Oh, I love it.
So
I love that.
I am looking at another. There's a couple more that I'm working on that I haven't solidified yet.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
I love it. I love
Other
it.
than that, it's my monthlies with Deidre.
Right.
I absolutely love doing it. I'm trying, actually, I threw it at her this morning, but I don't know if she's going to be game. I was talking to her about maybe we should do our own show on the radio. I don't know yet.
You should.
I don't know. It's something her and I have to talk about.
You're watching and listening today.
Yeah, she's here.
Show up and support Lori and Deidre doing their own show. How many?
I don't know. It's something I threw at her this morning going, maybe we should do our own show together.
Oh, yes.
Thanks,
There's one vote. Hey, Courtney is the number one viewer of everybody's shows.
Oh, I know. She's always at the shows when I'm doing them with you.
Tim, do it.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
Yep. See, Courtney doesn't realize she's the president of the board. She just has never been nominated.
An unpaid
The
position.
Lordy D show. I love it. The Lordy D show. I love it.
Hey, and actually, D for Deidre.
Lordy D.
Deidre, you gonna chime in here? There you go.
She said, "Thank you, Courtney." She didn't say yes.
Nah,
Deidre.
I'll work on her.
Deidre. Unbiased much.
Oh no. Something
Now
we
I
gotta
need-
talk about.
Now,
Talk to
Deidre,
Todd.
Deidre, I need you to say yes or no and commit to Lori right now because you know that's how I do this.
Yeah, but I haven't committed yet.
Now, Deidre is just as you, Todd, thoughts.
Oh, we already know what Todd's gonna say.
I love this. I don't know. You and Deidre both skate around things, don't we? Yeah.
I
I love it.
don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more I got to do.
There's a ton you need to do. Oh, Todd came back.
Yes.
Guess it's official, guys. Lordy D will be a new show sometime
Lordy B.
here for your future. I love it. I love it. We got time, some slots available. Why not?
Yeah, I know there's time slots available. We've already talked about it.
Awesome. Well, we just got you guys committed. Deidre
No,
asked,
we didn't commit. I haven't committed. I just threw it at her. I have not committed.
no. Courtney said yes, and we listened to Courtney.
Oh, we do?
We listen to partner. Hello, Shell. Hello. So how can people find you?
LoriBPsychicMedium.com. I'm on Facebook. I think Facebook is Psychic Medium, Lori B, because I have to reverse it. TikTok, Lori B Psychic Medium. I'm on Instagram, but I don't really, I post there, but I don't really pay attention to that one.
Right.
I think that's it. I'm working on the TikToks, doing those more.
You have more followers than I do on TikTok, so there you go.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but you're posting more than I am now.
Excuse me.
So.
What do you want to say?
I would like to.
I see you, Addie.
Lori, can I tell you how to make a tiger baby?
Hey, what?
We
Tiger
need,
face mask?
we need something comfortable that's round. And then you put pillows on the side of the bed. And you put pillows on the outside of the bed. And then for the roof, you put a blanket. That is how you make a tiger baby's bed. And the tiger baby is actually a bear type.
There you go.
Cool.
Bye-bye. Did you see this
All right. Love you, Addie.
You're gonna meet there's two baby tigers in there now. Do you see the mama tigers almost made her second baby?
God, I love that girl.
Two socks.
This is the axe Dawson just got yesterday. This way.
Looks like Batman wings.
It's a medieval axe.
But it looks like Batman.
He'll be flying it around the room. Those two are awesome. And we have a big cushion that's from a chair, a big round cushion that it's got to be, 5 foot round in circumference or whatever. It's big. They put that on the floor and then they take every pillow I have and put it around it. So it looks really bigger.
Oh my goodness.
It's their imaginations. Why not?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And that's good because a lot of kids don't use their imagination nowadays.
I love that. So everybody, if you'd like to, you've seen Lori on Deidre's show. Now we've had her on mine so that you could actually get to know Lori a little bit more. Please reach out to her if you'd like a reading because trust me, she's phenomenal. Psychic and medium, and she's easily booked. Hold on. You can easily book with her anywhere, any of those things. Just get to her website, LoriB.com.
LoriBPsychicMedium.com.
Psychicmedium.com, and you'll find Lori. Okay, we'll make sure we get that in the comments for you guys. If Todd, you can put that up, that'd be awesome.
I forgot to send in my links because I only had an hour's notice that I was going to be on your show.
That's okay. I know Todd will do it, or we'll get up. Stop. Oh, now you can't come back in. Go away. Now you're done. Now
there he goes. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
There is a new baby tiger and a new baby bear. Meet baby Meepa.
Sorry, guys. My grandson keeps popping off my light system. Okay, guys. Go out for a few minutes. I love you.
We'll be back.
We know you will be.
We need another baby.
Okay.
You got to pull our cards in a little bit, Addie.
I know she's going to do that in a few minutes. Not yet. Thank you, Lori, so much for coming on, joining me today, sharing, a little piece of you. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Always. And we will talk very soon.
We will.
For everybody else, this is DeEtte. I'll be back in a few minutes with School Through Spirit with your weekly reading. See you in a few. Bye, hon.
Looking for a unique paranormal experience? The Haunted Rock Island YMCA Paracon, October 7th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is just the event you're looking for. You will have the opportunity to investigate the Haunted Rock Island YMCA with ACG Paranormal. Visit with over 60 paranormal and metaphysical vendors from 8 or more states. And pre-order your t-shirts at dvinar@aol.com. Visit a psychic gallery reading, mediums, tea leaf reading, animal communication, dream interpretation, aura reading, tarot and oracle card readings, or get a Reiki healing. See a demonstration of the Estes method by Carly Bird. Presentations by Nick Simons and Aaron G. Thompson of 28 Days Haunted, Greg Bakken from Ghostbox Radio, and headliner Rick Hayes, along with many folks you'll see on Paraflix. Be sure to like and follow our sponsors: Paraflix, WLTK-DB Talk Radio LLC, Studio 6 Productions, Unturned Pages, and Ocean Eye Crystals. General admission is only $5, and all proceeds go directly to the haunted Rock Island YMCA. For more information on the haunted Rock Island YMCA Paracon and vendors, look for them on Facebook under events.
Hey guys, we are back. This is DeEtte with School Through Spirit. No, Addie, stand by that baby. School Through Spirit on WLTK-DB.com. I got the grandbabies with me today, and we are going to do the card pull together. Now, we've worked this out. Dawson, leave the microphone alone. Stop touching things. We're going to have them pull the cards, and I'm going to talk about the cards. Okay, so Addie's going to pull the first card and give me a card. Okay, grab a card and hand me the card. You know how to do this. Give me a card. Thank you. Sorry, guys. It's going to be Dawson's turn. The first one is called the Oracle's Gift. The Oracle's Gift. And I love this because to me, it's a gift of sight. Okay. And what this is if you pick card number 1, it is time for you to have the gift of sight. It is time for you to open your eyes.
Card number 20.
It's 37. Now, it's about you having your own sight. You being able to realize that you are walking into your own abilities, your own gifts. They've already been there, but you really are at that point that they're saying, hey, this is never going anywhere. You got this, okay?
Nanny.
Give me the second card, Dawson. Thank you. The second was Feeling the World. Boy, if that doesn't go with card number 1, Feeling the World. I love this because to me, this card is going on that empathic nature. Now, it's not necessarily, give me the cards. It's not necessarily.
I want to do again.
We are doing it again, but you got to wait for me to talk about them. That's how this works. So when we're looking at Feeling the World. Hey.
Hammer's Jaja.
Okay, Dawson, hold on. So we're looking at Feeling the World. Stop. When we're looking at Feeling the World, you're looking at being able to push out, being able to bring things back to you, being able to understand things in a lot better manner, okay? And that's what card number 2 is about. Now, card number 3, Close Encounters. Close Encounters. What a cool card. I don't know if you guys can see that. What a cool card. I like that. You did a good job. So being Close Encounters is really looking at all of those things that are right around the corner. What is hidden? Because okay, let him pick a card. Stop. When you guys do this to each other, it doesn't work out well. So Close Encounters, if you think about it, is literally when you're looking at things and you're going, hey, wait a second. You know, you're never quite seeing things, are you? You're close. You're almost seeing them. You're almost experiencing it, but not quite. Okay. So this card's what it is. So maybe it's like about sitting there a little bit longer, looking at stuff a little bit longer. God, you have grandkids in here. Things just fall apart because they can't get enough attention. So looking at that aspect of things. So realize, back off, babies, or I'm going to kick you out. Okay, and I really want you to enjoy this with me. So with that being said, with the Close Encounters, start to take a little bit of time for yourself to sit in a place, see things, experience all of it, and don't let things just miss you or pass you by. Now, the next card is Birds of Feather. Birds of a Feather. Now, what are we looking at with Birds of a Feather? Birds of a Feather are meaning, is that the card you're pulling? Oh, pick a card. So Birds of a Feather is finding your tribe. Birds around you, the same as you. Okay? Doesn't mean we all have to have the same skin, the same occupation, the same height, the same sex, the same age, the same anything. It is people of like-minded. Okay? Addie, pick one card and be done. Dawson, you're going to pick from a different deck. Is that the card? Thank you. So literally it is finding that tribe. It's time for you to find people that are just like you. It's time for you to reach out and go, okay, I've got people of like mind. I need people around me that are a lot the same as me. And finding that unity. You know, religion works so well. No, because this is not a card you're going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th one. So it is about finding. Stop. It is about finding people. No, you may not. No, I've already got a different one. It's about finding your tribe, your group, okay, and having people to support you. Now, the last card that was pulled, and that is tender embrace. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to other people. And that's really what this card is, because we're always so hard on ourselves, aren't we? We are our own worst critics. We are our own worst judges. Come over here, Dawson. You got a different one to pick cards from. Get over here, Dawson. So card number 1 was the Oracle's Gift. Card number 2 was Feeling the World. Card number 3 is Close Encounters. Stop, or we're going to end this. Card number 4 is Birds of a Feather, and card number 5 is Tender Embrace. Okay, you're done. You go. You go. Nani's frustration level is just hit an all-time high. So you're going to have to sit there, and you're going to have to be back here. So with that being said, when I look at all these cards and I bring them together, I'm really saying that this is your time that you are, if you picked them all, that you are really looking at your own abilities. These are starting to come in. They're starting to come into kind of rotation. Now, again, like me and Lori stated, you're not going to be necessarily doing readings.
You naughty, Addie.
Stop it right now, or you will have to leave the room and not pull the last card. Is that what you want, not to pull the last card? So literally, guys, this is your week that you're coming into your own. This is a week that, you know what, you're going to start to understand some tickle tummies. You're going to start to understand that you have things around you. And if you're already somebody that's got abilities and you're going, well, what, this doesn't really match me. It does, because it means that you're going to a whole new level. No, you may not. You're going to a whole new level. You're going to a whole different place. Okay. So, you know, wait for things to change. Wait for things to rise up. Now, guys, Lionsgate just happened. Lionsgate, we are done. Adeline, you leave the room altogether. You're done. Dawson, come here. This means that you're just jumping up. You're going to a whole new level. And that's what that's about. Dawson, did you want to pull one last card, baby? Do you want one, or you want Nani to do it? No, you may not do it. Dawson, do you want to pull it or no? Okay, Nani's going to pull it then. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Do you want to pull it or no? Okay, I'm going to do it myself.
No.
Then pull one. 1, 2.
This.
That one.
2 then.
We're only going to take one. Okay. Love it. This is the Beyond Luminera deck, guys, that we pull it all together with, and it says a paradigm shift. This is a time of tremendous change, and the speed of our evolution is increasingly exponential. It's increasing exponentially. We can build energetic sovereignty, inspire others, does connect dots, and receive and share knowledge and tools needed for transformation. Stop. As we wake up, we can't help but awaken those around us. It may start with an inquiry of what this fresh, new, and long-awaited breath is all about. An expansive being holds a tiny heart-shaped seedling. When the foundations are built on, Dawson, hush. When the foundations we build on come from a place of love over fear, we will see huge positive changes in the world. We can start with ourselves. Now, guys, I don't know how I can tell you this, but holy shit, if this show just didn't come full circle, didn't it? It does every week, doesn't it? No matter what, it always comes full circle, doesn't it? And this week, the cards were pulled by a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. And the show still came full circle, because these cards all together are really talking about you being you coming together with yourself, with you embracing your spirituality, your humanity, your awakening. And remember, awakening is just not abilities. Awakenings is a whole way of life. And it's really what we're here on earth to do. Eventually, our souls just get it. And eventually, our souls go, you know what? Enough is enough. And we want heaven on earth. Pick them up, please. Not the opposite. So I hope this helps this week, because I'll tell you what, I think it's fitting, because when we look at all the releasing we just did with Lionsgate, because that's what Lionsgate is about, is releasement. It's going to be pretty amazing what life is going to be for you now. So await for the wonders. Await for, thank you, baby. It's about waiting for the wonders of life. Just no, we are not. waiting for the wondrousness of life and what it's going to, kind of come together for you with. So hopefully that helps there. We are going to bring up the show and all of our current schedules that are going on, because we have changes, which is amazing. So we're starting out, as you always know, Mondays Schooled with Spirit with myself, DeEtte. We have got Healing from the North with Torn Anthonson. That starts August 28th at 11 a.m. And that's 11. Oh, she changed her time from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's awesome, guys. It must work better for her over in Norway. So again, she won't be on at 8 a.m. She'll be on at 11 a.m. So she literally on the 28th is going to follow up her show right off of mine. Beach and Healing with Jessica Lynn is at 6 p.m. on Mondays. Monday Night Ticket with Heather Lee is 7 p.m. That starts September 4th. We have got Be the Change with Christina Bloom at 8 p.m. tonight. Now, Tuesdays, we go with Explore the Paranormal with Heather Lee at 9 a.m. Ane with Ane Shin is at 5 p.m. and she does her magical tarot cards. Unfiltered with DeEtte and Mike is at 6 p.m. Moment to Moment with Linda Hope at 7 p.m. Spirits Are Talking with Lisa Silverman at 9 p.m. And Paranormal Pete with Pete Orbea is at 10 p.m. Wednesdays, we start our mornings with the Self-Care Show with Deidre Sanford at 10. Spiritually Imperfect with Mike and Jen is at noon. The Numerology Hour with Kelly Brickle starts this week, August 16th. Give it to me now. That's it. You're done. No more hammer. The Numerology Hour with Kelly Brickle is at 1 p.m. and that starts this week. The Psychic Hour, she follows that up at 3 p.m. Chat with Charlie, Stephanie Lynn is at 5 p.m. Mindset Matters with Ronnie Blunt is at 6 p.m. And Haunted Experiences in 60 Minutes with Nick Sarlo and Diana Henry is at 8 p.m. See and Beyond with Kelly Eckhart and Cheryl Murphy is at 9 p.m. Now, Thursdays, we do start the top of the day is at 6 p.m. And we start with the Top Secret News with Christina George at 6 p.m. And she starts this Thursday. Realm of Darkness with Ashley Moreno is at 7. Haunted Voices with Todd Bates and Nicole Strickland is at 8 p.m. Passport to Paranormal is Dr. Heather Lee and Joe Frankie at 9 p.m. Fridays, we start the Psychic Hour reading show at 3 p.m. with Miss Kelly Brickle. Twilight Tonight with Dee Dee Moonflowers at 7 p.m. Walk away right now. Voices of Oneness with Amara Benet is at 8 p.m. And Twisted Ascension with Kaden and Elisa Mask is at 9 p.m. Oh my gosh, guys, the lineup just gets longer and longer and longer. And it's so magical and awesome. And I love it. I love it. I love it. But you know what, guys? We always have room for more. So with that being said, if there was a show you wanted or you want to do or is in your mind, you're just like, gosh, I have a voice and I want to share it, make sure you do. So hit up Todd at WLTK-DB.com to literally say, hey, I'd like to do a show. If not, and you just want to do something different like advertise, send that message too, because we have some great advertisements. I'd love to do a voiceover for yours, or pretty much maybe any of our hosts could do it. Who knows? Just ask Todd. And with that being said, guys, I will see you next week with, who is on next week? I don't even know who's on next week. We're in August. Jill Remensnyder. Oh my God, you're going to love Jill. You're going to love Jill. And she's on next week. So I will see you next week with Miss Jill. This has been DeEtte on School Through Spirit with WLTK-DB.com. See you soon.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.